aton nga tanan. Welcome to our program. Lima ka GATOS katuig nga Pagtoo of 500 years of faith in celebration of the 500 years of Christianity that the Spaniards brought to our islands 500 years ago. Yan ang adlaw, mag-restorya nga ako kita, usapang nga maupay nga encyclical ni Pope Francis, nga dako mahibubulig din aton labi na Eastern Samar, nga agsub kita bagyuhon, agsub kita bahaon, agsub mahibangan, hin kabablayan, hin mga pananom, aton mga tawo din este nga nakaka dugang hit kakurian, hit kabutangan, hit mga tawo na gugutom, nawawaraan hin mga balay, makure, mawaraan hin balay, makure it magutom. So, ini nga encyclical ni Pope Francis, dako hin it iya mahibubulig ha aton. And what is this encyclical that I'm talking about? It's the encyclical entitled Laudato Si. Laudato Si. It iya complete nga phrase, Laudato Si mi Signore. In English, it means, that's Italian, Laudato mi Signore. In English, it means, praise be to you, my Lord. Praise be to you, my Lord. Pagkabinisaya, pagdayawon ka, Ginoo. Akon Ginoo, pagdayawon ka. So these are the words that open Pope Francis' encyclical on ecology and care for God's creation. No? And ini nga encyclical ni Pope Francis amoy title, amo daman ang siyahan nga mga pulong nga iya ginsurat didahil ni nga iya encyclical. So welcome kita with the words, praise be to you, my Lord. Very positive, very uplifting, and very it gives you that wonderful feeling nga gindadayaw naton it atong Ginoo. Gindadayaw naton it atong Ginoo. Nagpapasalamat kita haiya hanya tanan nga mga grasya nga ato nakarawat, ngan makakarawat pa. And these words, quoting Saint Francis of Assisi's beautiful canticle. Tika ngayon ini canticle. Canticle is like a song, no? Nga ginsurat ni Pope Francis, Saint Francis of Assisi, from whom Pope Francis got his name, di ba? Pope Francis, it ato niya na Santo Papa, kinuha niyan iyang ngaran nga Francis kan Saint Francis of Assisi, one of our favorite saints, usa nga riko nga tawo, pero tinalikdan niya, binayaan niya nga tanan nga karikuhan, nag-ukoy hiya, hin kinabuhi usa nga pobre na ngangaro na mamalimos for his daily needs, for his daily sustenance, nga napaka mabuutan niya. He's a man of peace, di ba? Yung prayer of peace ni Pope Francis, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Beautiful. It's a very beautiful prayer. It's one of my favorite prayers. Gingkakanta ta pangani it, di ba, simbahan. The prayer for peace ni Pope Francis. Gan buotan hiya nga sangkay niya nga tanan. Salit amo nga idol hiya ni Pope Francis, si Saint Francis of Assisi. Sangkay hiya nga tanan bisan ang mga hayop. Sangkay niya, nakakayakan niya, no? He can talk to the animals around him, to the plants around him, to nature. Ganun siya ka-approachable. Hindi rin nahadlok kahit ang mga animals, hiya di rin nahadlok because they were all his friends. Nga tanan niya kasangkayan. Labi na ang katawhan, no? Nga tanan niya kasangkayan. So, this reminds us that our common home, which is our Mother Earth, is like a sister with whom we share our life, and a beautiful mother who opens her arms to embrace us. No? it aton kalibutan, no? Our Mother Earth is like a sister. Parotahin bugto nga babae who share with whom we share our life, no? Di ba tat kabugtuan, we share our life with them. Um, Nagbuburublig kita, nagkakaurusa, we share our life together. Kung ano't may adata in pinapaangbit naton, kung ano naman it may adat usa tinatagan liwat kita niya. And she's like a beautiful mother who opens her arms to embrace us. Welcome na welcome kita, no, by our Mother Earth. She gives her all to us. Walang, like a mother, walang itinitira. Binibigay niyang lahat para sa mga anak niya. Di ba? That's what a mother does. Hinahingangalimta na nga niya at iya kalugaringon para mahihatag niya nga tanan hit iya mga anak. I remember this story. Hiunong isang istorya, hiunong ang pagigugma it nanay. Kabataan, kasiring nira, nga favorite ni iya nanay, and how do you call that? An ikoghan isda, kay nangangaon hira, an ira nanay, an iya pirmi kinukuha, an ikoghan isda. So, the children grew up believing nga amo ang paborito nga partehan isda an ira nanay an ikog. Only later did they find out nga asya ang pinipilihan ira nanay an ikog kay puro natulan, guti ay nalan unod. Kay an unod na kadahan may ulo, han lawas, which she gave to her children. Wow, nakakaiyak naman tong kwento na to. But it's so moving, it's so touching. But that's a mother's love. Amo daman it aton Mother Earth. It aton Mother Earth. She gives her all para haaton nga tanan. Halos wala na siyang itira para sa sarili niya. So, how can we not love our Mother Earth? Diba? Nga tanan kita, hinihigugmat at nanay itaton kag anak. So let's look at our earth as our mother. Nanay ta who gives us sustenance. Ani kita nakakapag-ukoy hakalibutan because she sustains us. Nga tanan ita't mga pangginahanglan ihinahatag niya. Salit higugma ata paruhit at paghigugma itato nanay. Paruhit at paghigugma itato nanay. Higugma ata itaton it kalibutan. Ayaw tahiya abusari, ayaw tahiya paghibanga. Lugod pagpakaupayata. So, ini nga encyclical ni Pope Francis was released in June 2015. So that was like 7 years ago. Mataod-taod na, no? Pero have you read the encyclical of Pope Francis? I have actually not read the entire document, pero yan na, babasahon ko para maistorya ko ha iyo. Itaton yan na bubuhaton, we will have an overview of the document. And then later on, as we go along, in the different episodes that we're going to have, we will talk at each and every chapter, and then ipag-iristoryahi ta kung ano ang mensahe ni Pope Francis para haaton nga tanan. Hiunong hit paghigugma, hit aton kalibutan, pag-ataman, hit aton kalibutan. Paro hit aton paghigugma, pag-ataman, hit aton nanay, hit aton nanay. So, ini didihit Laudato Si ni Pope Francis. It is the most comprehensive Vatican document to date on environmentalism, ethics, and Christian faith. No, so it's not just about the environment. Ini nga Laudato Si ni Pope Francis. Praise be to you, my Lord, or praise be you. Praise be, no? That's a shortcut or a nickname of the encyclical. So it talks about environmentalism, hiunong hit aton environment, and also about ethics, no? Ethics that should guide our behavior, the way we treat one another, and the way we treat the world, the way we conduct ourselves, no, in all aspects of our life, no, in all aspects of our life, and it talks about our Christian faith. Talks say unong hit aton pagtuo pagka-Kristiyano. But even if it talks about our Christian faith, ini nga document, ini nga encyclical ni Pope Francis on Laudato Si is not only for Catholics, it's not only for Christians, it is for all people. It is for everyone. It is for everyone, whether Catholic or Christian. So, parodamanhan, encyclical ni Pope Francis, Fratelli Tutti, right? It is addressed to everyone because it talks about fraternity, pagkaburugto, brotherhood and sisterhood, and social friendship. When Pope Francis talks about that, hiunong hit pagburugto, pagsarangkay, he's talking to all people in the world. Because what is the premise? The premise is that we are all children of God. Nga tanan kita mga anak ni Kristo. Oo sala it aton amay. Oo sala. We can call him in different names, you know. Iba-iba nga relihiyon, iba-iba pagtawag ha iya. May ada Allah for the Muslim, Buddha for the Buddhists, and for the Catholics and the Christians. So we call him God. We call him God. But we all refer, no, to one almighty being, no matter what our religion is. Salit ini nga encyclical ni Pope Francis is addressed to all para inhit nga tanan. Pareho naman hini nga Laudato Si. Because when you talk of the world, when you talk of our Mother Earth, this is not just for Christians, di ba? This is not just for Catholics. This is for everyone. Dinhit kalibutan. Dire man ta pinapakato ha Mars or ha Venus if dire Katoliko. We all live on the same Mother Earth, whether we are Catholics or Christians or Muslim or Buddhist or, you know, another religion or no religion at all, because our Mother Earth was created for all, for all. So that's another characteristic, no, hini nga encyclical ni Pope Francis, and the arguments in the encyclical is based on theological convictions, no. May ada niya basihan nga tanan din hit ginyaya ka ni Pope Francis dinhihat hini nga Laudato Si is based on theological convictions. At main message ni Pope Francis, no, kulawan ta ano tiya main message din hini nga iya encyclical. Si Pope Francis, he critiques consumerism and irresponsible development. Ini nga ora-ora nga konsumerismo nga tanan nala for sale, and people are parang they live to buy things, no. Kinahanglan ko hini nga bag-o nga cellphone, nga model ng cellphone, kinahanglan ko in bag-o, I need to have the latest model ng whatever, latest model of a car, latest model of a laptop, of a gadget. And then what happens to the old one? We discard. Hinahapil ta, binabayaan ta. And what happens, no? Kay damo man, dear its cellphone, di may tiya na nadudunot, no? Diri hiya biodegradable. So, many parts of the cellphone is plastic. Nga diri natutunaw. So, what happens? They clog our rivers, our drainage. Nga labi na kung diri maupay at pag-dispose hini nga mga waste nakakahibang hit aton environment, nakakahibang hit aton planet, nakakahibang hit aton hit Mother Earth. no? So asya nga yan isang cause hit kahibang hit aton environment is consumerism and irresponsible development. We will see that further when we go into more details in our next episodes, no? And then Pope Francis laments environmental degradation and global warming. So, yon na nabibido hiya hin ura-ura hini nga kahibang hit aton environment nga nagakahatag haton hit global warming. No? Dinhiha ato na Eastern Summer ko sayod kita hiunong hit environmental degradation ginbababaha na it aton bungto nga kanuna diri maatsugad wala man kita nga baha kay ano yan na oo nauran no oo masulog it oran pero kay anuhan una masulog man dama at ginauran agsub man daman kita bagyuhon kay ano dire man kita binabaha yana nala no there's something wrong kay ano kulang na it mga trees mga kakahuyan that absorb no yung roots ng mga ugat at mga kakahuyan absorb the water salit dire na flow no ngadto hit bungto ngadto hit kabablayan no? Kundi na-absorb hit tuna iniinom hit ugat hit mga kakahuyan pero narakay kulang na kita hit kakahuyan waray na nakaka-absorb hini nga tubig nga ora-ora nga tubig daret ora-ora nga uran agsub nga uran waray na salit na i-erode na it aton mountains kabukiran mga bukid na napapanas na i-erode so nakakamaada kita mga landslide nakakamaada kita mga babaha direlet kabablayan which is really very sad kundi pati it mga palayan mga tanom no nalulumos nahihibang ginugutom it mga tao nginwaray na makaon. So, and he also calls upon all people of the world to take swift and unified global action. So, naapilahiya hit nga tanan nga tawo habugos nga kalibutan kay nga tanan man kita nangungukoy dinhi hit aton Mother Earth hit planet Earth nga tanan kita nangungukoy salit nga tanan kuno kita pagburublig para masalbar ta it aton kalibutan nga nahihibang and we're all suffering from that. So ngan ayaw na kuno kita pag inihaw we have to take swift action dagnit nga action no action agad because we should not wait for the world to crumble down di ba or to be washed out before we take action. Why? Because we have a responsibility to preserve the world for future generations no huna-huna atat at mga anak o mga anakit at mga anak hain na hira o okoy ano nga klaseng kalibutan itat ibibilin haira karueg naming kalibutan nga di na hira makakapaglangoy at kadagatan kay either waray na tubig hadagat or malubog itubig mahugaw because of our irresponsible, yun yung sinasabi ni Pope Francis, irresponsible development, that we dumped our waste, nga dahit kadagatan, nga dahit kalaudan. So, would you like to leave a world like that to our children? Di na hira makakapaglangoy, di na nila ma-enjoy it beach, dara kay mahugaw, dara kay toxic, no? Poisonous. We don't want to leave that kind of world to them, di ba? di na hira makakapag sakahin mga fruit trees. The way we did when we were children, di ba? Nagsasaka kita nga dahan bayabas, pamuro ang bayabas, ano patat ginsasaka nga fruit trees, no? Why? Because there are no more trees. Wala na nira masasaka. Di na hira mabati, hit huni, hit katamsihan. Kaya kung waray na mga puno, maray na sisirungan hit katamsihan. Di ta na hira mabation. No? They'll go somewhere else or maybe die, no, and become extinct. So, it is all related. Di ba? It's all related. Nga tanan, may ada domino effect. May ada domino effect. Kung pagpapabay ang talayt aton kalibutan, kung diri ta titimang noon, kung diri ta hihigugmaon. Paruhit at pagtimang no, paruhit aton paghigugma, hit aton nanay. Hit aton nanay. So, let's look at the themes or highlighted no, in the encyclical of Pope Francis, Laudato Si, which require our urgent response today. Kinahanglanhin aton aksyon, kinahanglanhin aton pagbulig no, para ma-preserve naton it aton inuokyan, the only home that we have, no, which is our Mother Earth. Because we cannot live yet in Mars, ha? Baray ayaw kita pag-ilusyon. Nga, anyway, Adam at Mars, Adam at Venus, no? Is, wala pa tawo nga na ako dito. May ada ng mga explorations, ngadto, ito nga ibang mga planeta, pero very pa viable for human beings to live there. And this is the home where God put us, di ba? And it's actually a beautiful home. It's a beautiful planet. Timang no atala, atamana tala. Okay, so what are the themes, no? A moral and spiritual challenge, o sa iton, nga theme, hining Laudato Si, the ecological crisis, surat ni Pope Francis, is a summons to profound interior conversion, to renew our relationships with God, one another, and the created world. So, kinahanglan magkamay-ada tahin conversion, no? Pagbag-o hitat kasing-kasing, ngan, to reflect on our relationship with God, with one another, and with the created world, with our planet Earth. No? So, how is our relationship with our Lord? No? Nagpapasalamat ba kita ha iya, nga tinagan kita niya, hindi nga maupay nga kalibutan that provides for all our needs. Nga tanan itat kinahanglan aanhi, ihinatag it Ginoo in abundance, di ba? In abundance. But do we appreciate that? Do we appreciate that? It aton a relationship with one another, how is it? And how is our relationship with our Mother Earth? And then, care for God's creation. No? God created the world and entrusted it to us as a gift. Regalo ini, it atong Ginoo, ining aton inuokyan, our Mother Earth. So beautiful. You go around. Let's go around. If we go around, you see the beauty of nature. Dinhi pala is during summer. Kada mo na it mag-upay nga mga hikikitan, di ba? There was actually a priest from Cebu. I was told, sumatan laag, siya niya pagkanhi ha is during summer. He was so enamored, no? He fell in love with the place. He liked it. Sabi niya, you know, you have the sea on the right, on one side, you have the mountains on the other side, and you have the clear blue skies above you. Like, this is paradise. This is paradise. Do we see our world that way? Do we see our province that way? Pag nalabay nga niya, kinauli akti kang ha Manila, nga da Eastern Summer, nga da Llorente, na singak na humor, labi na bag-ongan kun dire piraw sa mortal sin, quote unquote, it pagkaturog Kay kaupay hit kuklawan na when you travel from Tacloban to Eastern Samar, kaupay hit kuklawan, kaupay hit kadagatan, kaupay hit mga bukid, hit mga rice fields, no? Dida kinapunda, nakita ka, and then dida may ada nga ni forest nga at hiaagian. And then it kadagatan ka maupay pero lahin postcard, di ba? And you have the clear blue skies above you, above us, kamaupay. Beautiful. So this is a gift, regalo init atong Ginoo ha aton nga tanan, and we have the responsibility to care for and protect it and all people who are part of creation. And we have to protect human dignity that is strongly linked to creation. So ataman ta, timang no ata, and ngin titimang no ta it aton Mother Earth, it is linked, connected hiya, hit aton pagtimang no, hit aton pagataman, hit aton ikasitaw. They go together. And then another theme is that we are all connected. No? Diri kita, we don't live in isolation. Nga tanan kita connected to each other. We are connected to the rest of the human family, to the created world, and to those who will come after us in future generations. Nga tanan kita magburugto, di ba? Amet karuyag ni Pope Francis itanom din hitat mga huna-huna, hitat mga kasing-kasing, nga tanan kita magburugto, magsarangkay. We are connected to one another, salit pagituro timangno kita, pagihirigugma ay kita. And then another theme is the impact on the poor. Saring ni Pope Francis that people in poverty have least contributed to climate change, and yet they are disproportionately impacted by it. At mga pobre nga mga tawo nga mga nasod, diraan nagkahibang han environment kun may ada man guti ay dir dako sugod kun ikukumpara mo hit mga developed countries, no? Pero developed countries, no, mga industrialized countries, pero kadako hit era pakahibang hit aton environment, pero mga riko hira hingit mga pobres yung mga nasod nga di man sugad an era contribution, for example, to the carbon footprint, no? Kay kulang man kita yung mga pabrika, yung mga industrial facilities, pero hikita it most affected, no? The poor become poorer while the rich get richer. So yun yung pino-point out ni Pope Francis, this is not fair, this is not just, this is not right. Direin tama, direin hindi to makatarungan. So usa itit iya theme din hihining Laudato Si. And Sering paniya, as a result of excessive use of natural resources by wealthy nations, those who are poor experience pollution, lack of access to clean water, hunger, and more, no? So yun, and pobre nadugang ka pobre, and rico nadugang ka rico. Pero hirabaw ang mamadamo nga mapakahibang han environment. So dire in tama, and Pope Francis wants to correct that. Karag niya i-point it out, he wants to point that out so that we can do something about it. And then ini usa pa nga theme hining Laudato Si is a call to solidarity, pagkaurusa, gintatawag kita nga magkaurusa kita. And we are one human family and have a shared responsibility for others and for creation. And wealthy countries have a responsibility to reduce consumption of non-renewable resources and should help poorer nations develop in sustainable ways. So, pagburublig, no, ang reko buhata, buligi, and pobre. Di ba? Dapat ganon. That's how it is in one family. Di ba? Kung kita magburugto, magsarangkay, magigibulig-bulig kita. Kung hinot may ada, bubuligan itwaray. So that's a call to solidarity. And then technological, another theme is technological and economic development must serve human beings and enhance human dignity instead of creating an economy of exclusion so that all people have access to what is needed for authentic human development. Ini nga pag giuro ang bitay, di ba? Yung technological and economic development kinahanglan gamiton pagsirbit igkasitawo to uplift human dignity and not to debase human dignity, kundi para pahataason, irespeto, it dignidad hit kada usa, hit katawhan. Another theme is supporting life, protecting creation. Pag protektar ta hit aton environment, hit aton Mother Earth, we are protecting lives. We are protecting lives. We have experienced this, di ba? In Yolanda, for example, piraan na matay. Darahan ito nga ora-ora nga babaha. Of course, it was a calamity, you know, like proportions that we have not seen before, no? But if the earth, was able to absorb some of this water, siguro diri sugad hingkadako and surge diri sugad hingkadamo ang namatay. So when we take care of the environment, we are actually taking care of the lives of people, preserving the lives of people. And another theme is a time to act. No, ayaw na kita pagruha-duha, ayaw na kita pag linangan-langan, pag buhat na kita. Dagmit, no? Dagmit, kilos, gios kita, dagmit. And lastly, but not the least, an important theme in the encyclical Laudato Si is hope and joy. Merong pag-asa at merong tunay na kaligayahan, no? Injustice is not invincible, and we act knowing that we seek to live out God's vision of renewed relationships with God, ourselves, one another, and creation, no? So if we take care of our environment, of our Mother Earth, and if we take care of one another, look after one another, if we share the resources that the world gives equitably, ang waray, tatagan, and mahinay, and pobre, bubuligan, then we're going to have hope and joy. May ada paglao, may ada kalipayan. Beautiful encyclical of Pope Francis, Laudato Si. So in our next episode, we'll go through each and every theme and discuss them further and in more detail. So dako nga salamat sa iyo nga tanan, han iyo pamati, pagkulaw hini nga atong programa 5 kagatus ka tuig nga pagtuo, 500 years of faith. Well, I'll see you again next time. So in the meantime, take care, paghinay, and God bless. Bye-bye, everyone.